trying to solve here. Okay. So now whatever the problem which I'm solving, it's a 10 marks problem. For the circuit shown in the figure, for the circuit shown in figure, calculate the first one, IB, IC and IE. Second one, VE and VB. Third one, VC and VCE. Fourth one, VCB and IC saturation. And the last sub question is draw the DC load line and indicate Q point. Assume silicon transistor with beta is equal to 110. So this is the question, and the circuit is again the voltage divider by circuit only. So this is the question which has been given. So this is not as the same kind of problem what we had solved in previous cases. Can anyone tell me what is the difference you are finding out in this problem?
Sir, capacitor, sir.
Okay, then.
So we are not
And you're not grounding
the,
it. You're not grounding the circuit. You're giving VEE.
Yeah, we are here. It is not being grounded. Here it is connected with negative voltage. So here you cannot directly apply whatever the analysis we were doing it directly. Obviously, we have to use either of those two approximate or accurate analysis only, but we have to do some extra steps in this before going on to the directly, like finding directly we were doing the VT, we were finding out, and we are doing it. But here you can see we were telling that the voltage across this is dependent upon what? The voltage across this, that is the base, is dependent upon what? Which resistance? We are telling
R2, sir.
huh?
R2, sir.
R2.
R2. But here
R2,
you
sir.
can see, here since it is not grounded, we cannot tell directly that the voltage across this at this particular point is based on this, because we are having minus 24 volt. So that's why in this kind of problems, we cannot go for approximate analysis. We have to go for accurate analysis only. So in accurate analysis, so this is you cannot apply approximate analysis for this problem. We have to go for accurate analysis. In accurate analysis, as we know that we are going to use Thevenin's theorem. So we need to apply the Thevenin's theorem, and we need to find out the equivalent voltage and equivalent resistance. Then we can proceed it. So now we are making this complex circuit to be a simpler circuit. Okay, so for that purpose, we are going to apply the Thevenin's theorem. So as you know the accurate analysis part, where do you apply the Thevenin's theorem? Whether you will be applying at the input side or at the output side? Where do you apply the Thevenin's theorem?
Sort of the voltage divider circuits at the input side.
So at the input side, voltage divider circuit, we are going to apply. So take the voltage divider circuit. So here we are having 24 volt. Here we are having minus 24 volt. This one is 3.3 kilo ohm. This is 10 kilo ohm. And here we are having the base. So now, can this circuit be written like this?
Yes, sir.
I'm just rewriting this. This is VCC. Can this be written like this?
Yes, sir. Sir, but no, sir. Got it.
What about this? What about this? Whether it is right or wrong? This voltage. See, we are taking this here.
So shouldn't the polarity of the second one change?
Yes.
Yes.
So it will be negative. Negative. Minus 24 volt. Now this is, we need to find out the voltage here. That will be our Thevenin voltage. And this will be the ground. Okay. Now, in order to in order to find out the Thevenin voltage, what we need, see, Thevenin voltage is this one across this. See, if there was just resistors, then we would have simplified it easily. But here we have two voltage sources. So that's why what we need to do, see, if you want to find out Thevenin voltage, can I apply KVL to this outer loop, this particular loop? If I apply KVL to this particular loop, can I get Thevenin voltage?
Yes, sir.
But to apply the, to get the Thevenin voltage, what we need, the one more parameter we need in order to find this VTH. Yes, you'll apply KVL to that, but you need one more parameter.
RTH.
So is it RTH?
RTH. Okay. Then any other answer?
ISC, sir. Short circuit current.
The current across 3.3 kilo ohm should be known, right? So in order to find out the current across this, what we need to do?
Apply KVL to both loops.
So first apply the KVL to this particular loop. So when you apply KVL to this particular loop, then what you'll get? Apply KVL to, let us take this as first loop, this as second loop, to 1. So what do we get? 24. Let us take the current across this is I. Okay. Now 24 minus I into 10 kilo ohm minus what you will be getting here?
So 3.3 into
Hmm.
3.3 into
I1
I minus the second loop current.
Okay. So
Second
we
loop
don't know
current.
this. We don't know even the second loop current, right?
So second loop
It
current
will
will
be
be
zero,
zero.
sir.
Second loop current, you see, it is open circuit. Do you think current will flow here? I
No,
mean,
sir.
in the
It will
second
No,
loop,
zero.
sir.
it will be I only. Second loop current will be 0. So that's why we consider only this loop current. All of you understood? Since the second loop is open circuited, we don't have second loop current. Only the first loop current will be there. So I into 3.3 kilo ohm. Next, coming to this,
Plus 24.
plus 24 is equal to 0. Now 48 volt minus I into 10 kilo ohm plus 3.3 kilo ohm is equal to 0. Yeah. Now, can anyone solve this and tell me what is the answer? 48 by, so that this is 13.3 kilo ohm.
So 3.6 into 10 power minus 3.
Yes, 3.61 milliamps. So that is the current we are having. So now the next part, apply KVL to 2. So we get, so second loop, we are applying the KVL. So when you apply KVL, this is minus, this is plus. So minus to plus, plus VTH. Coming to this entering point, leaving point, we take, it is minus I into 3.3 kilo ohm. Coming to this plus 24 is equal to 0. Yes, can you tell me what is VTH? Substitute I value and tell me.
So minus 23.988.
Minus 23. Okay. Any other answers?
So minus
Minus
12.09.
Minus
Yes.
12.087.
Yes, this is the right answer.
So therefore, kilo ohm, like what is the substitution? So like I've forgotten. Kilo 3.3 into
10 to the power of 3.
P. Okay.
So this
So
is
minus
our,
12.08, no, sir?
yeah, minus
So minus
12.08.
12.08.
Yeah, 08, or you can roughly round it off to 12. So that is your VTH you have got. So now, once you have got the VTH, can I find RTH to this? Since are they parallel or are they in series?
Parallel.
Parallel.
So find the parallel combination of both.
2.48 kilo ohms.
Yes, 2.48 kilo ohms. Next, so what is the remaining thing we need to find out? Now we have simplified the circuit, right? So now we have simplified the circuit. I mean, we got VTH, RTH. So first we'll write the simplified Thevenin circuit. So 2.48, and this is 24 volt, and this is 3.3 kilo ohm. So here we'll get VC, here we'll get VE, and this is 2.2 kilo ohm. The current through this is IE, the current through this is IC, and this is our VTH. So now if I apply KVL to this loop, what I'll be getting? If I apply the KVL to this loop,
IB,
what
sir.
IB, the current IB we can get. Yes. So apply the KVL to this input loop. On applying KVL, so we'll be getting 12 minus the current through this is IB. So IB into 2.48, this is kilo ohm, into 10 to the power of 3 minus, here what is the voltage we are having? It is our VBE minus IE RE, coming here IERE plus 24 is equal to 0. Substitute the, so for IE, do we have the value for IE? Then what we will be doing for IE?
IB into 1 plus beta.
Yes, yes. 2.48 into 10 to the power of 3 minus 0.7 minus IB into 1 plus beta into 2.2 into 10 to the power of 3 plus 24 is equal to 0. So now rearrange for IB. Sorry, this is minus 12, right? This is minus 12. So considering these three, we will be getting 11.3 volt minus, I take IB common in these two. So IB into 2.48 into 10 to the power of 3 plus 1 plus beta into 2.2 into 10 to the power of 3 is equal to 0. So IB is equal to 11.3 divided by 2.48 into 10 to the power of 3 plus 1 plus 110 into 2.2 into 10 to the power of 3. Yeah. Tell me the answer.
So 4.622 into 10 power minus 5.
IB will be in terms of micro.
46.1.
46.2
45.8.
into 10 power minus
45.8 micros.
45.8 microamps. So just 1 or nearby this is fine. 46.2 or 45.8 is fine. But this is what I have got, 45.8.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we see, now we have found IB. Now can we find out IC? It's easy, beta into IB. Also, I can find out IE, that is equal to IB plus IC.
So is IC 0.005.
So is it
5.038
5.038 milliampere?
So
Yeah,
5.02 milliampere.
5.03 milliamps. IE, just add them.
So IC will be 110 into 45.8 into 10 power minus 6, no, sir?
Yeah,
Shit, 5 point.
IE is 5.08 milliamperes.
5.07 milliamps. So you can, that's why see, IC and IE are almost near. That's why in approximate analysis, we consider they're almost same. Okay. Now, what is the next part? So these three we found. We need to find VE, VB. So how we can find VE? Can we find VE by just directly applying VE is equal to IE into RE?
No, sir. We need to take VE minus 24.
So in this case, we cannot find out VE directly by applying VE is equal to IE into RE. So we need to apply the KVL to the emitter loop. So emitter loop means, see here, if I take this as VE, so this is VE, right? So can I apply KVL like this? Can it form a loop? So this part is known as the emitter loop. Okay. So on applying KVL to emitter loop. So when you apply the KVL to the emitter loop, we get VE minus IERE. So since it is negative, it becomes plus 24 is equal to 0. So VE is equal to IERE minus 24. So what's the answer?
Minus 12.84, sir.
Correct. It's minus 12.48 volt. So now The other thing is VB. So how do we find VB?
So we know that VBE equal to 0.7, and then we know VB equals to VB minus VE. We also know VE, so we can find VB.
See, here in this particular analysis, whatever we are doing, so we have used accurate analysis so that we are getting VTH, and you know that VTH is approximately equal to VB. So VB will be nearly or almost the value whatever we have got for VTH, the same value. But still, if we want to find out, we can find it out by the formula VBE is equal to VB minus VE. Even after doing this, we'll be getting almost nearly equal to VTH. But since they're specifically asking VB, we can, and it is a very simple step, so we can do it. So VB is equal to VBE plus VE. So 0.7 plus minus 12.48. So this comes to how much?
Minus 11.78.
Minus 11?
So minus 12.14, sir.
12.14. It is just 0.7. No, not 1.7. Okay. Now, after this, still the problem is not over. So now we need to go for VC. So how do we find VC? How do we find VC? VC means what? The voltage across this particular point. And whatever the voltage we are getting at the output now, this voltage is what? It's V0 is what? Actually, it's collector voltage only, right? The voltage whatever we are getting across the collector, that is the collector voltage. That is the output voltage which we consider it as collector voltage. So now, if we are going to take the potential difference between this node and this node, can we able to get VC?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is RC, right? Will simplest way. So this is VC and this is VCC. If suppose RC was not known, what will be your formula? VCC minus VC by IC, right? Do you agree with me?
Yes,
if
sir.
RC was not known, then we were taking the potential difference between these two ends divided by the current through this. Now, since now you are knowing RC and you know VC and you know VCC, rearrange this and get VC value. So VC will be equal to VCC minus IC RC.
$7.4, sir.
Yeah, correct.
7.401.
7.4 volt. Okay, now next is VCE. So for VCE, formula is VC is equal to VC minus VE. Just substitute VC we know, VE we know.
$20.24, sir.
Yeah, correct. 20.24 volt. So now next is VCB. What is the formula? What will be the formula for VCB?
So it will be VC minus VB, sir.
Yes, it will be VC minus VB.
$19.54, sir.
Correct. VCB is equal to VC minus VB is equal to 19.54 volt. Now, what else is remaining? IC saturation. To find IC saturation, what we will do? Actually, why we need this IC saturation? Yeah, yes, in the question they have asked. Suppose in the question, if they have not asked also, we should find IC saturation. May I know why?
DC load line, sir.
Yes, good. IC saturation is needed for the DC load line. That means this is the maximum current which our transistor can withstand or it can operate. So in order to get IC saturation, what we do is we will apply the KVL to the outermost loop. So now applying KVL to the collector to emitter loop, we get 24 minus ICRC minus VCE minus here we get IE RE. So here since it is negative, it will be like this, right? Negative, other one is positive. So minus to plus 24 volt is equal to 0. Yes, now we know the different values, and also we know that IC is almost equal to IE. So on rearranging this, we will be getting IC is equal to 48 minus VCE divided by RC plus RE. See now, in this case, for IC saturation, see now we are finding out IC saturation. What you will do for VCE?
We put VC equal to 0.
So we take IC equals to 0, sir.
0.
Yeah. So we take, since for IC saturation, VCE is equal to 0. Say don't do this mistake, because we will take VCO. Anyhow, we have found VCE, it is 20.24. Okay, substitute that. Don't do that mistake. Whenever IC saturation comes, then automatically VCE should be 0. So now 48 divided by 3.3 kilo ohm plus 2.2 kilo ohm.
8.72 milliamperes, sir.
Yes, 8.72 milliamperes. That is your IC saturation. So similarly, for if you want this one VCE, what
So
will
we
do?
take IC equals to 0 in the equation. We
IC
get it
is
as
equal
48,
to,
sir.
So VCE will be in this equation only. Sorry, this equation we make IC saturation is equal to 0. So this implies VCE is equal to 48 volt. So now we are in the last stage. Draw the DC load line. This is VCE. This is IC saturation. So we'll mark we need for 8.72. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And here, since we need for 48, so we can take 2 at a time. 2, 4. I think even that will be very big.
So you can take 5, sir.
Yeah, we'll take 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Somewhere here you'll get 50. So now first plot the Q point. So what is the Q point value for this case? For this circuit, what is the Q point value? Q point value means the current and the voltage, what we obtained by accurate analysis. What is the current value and voltage value? What is the collector current value we obtained for accurate analysis?
8.72
8.2,
milliamperes.
That is saturation. That is for DC load line.
5.03.
Yeah, 5.03. Almost here. 5.
03.
Now, what about the VCE value we obtained for accurate analysis of the voltage divider circuit?
20.24.
20.2.
20.2. Somewhere here you'll get. So this is our Q point. Now, DC load line somewhere here you'll get 48 and you'll get it here. So you can use scale and draw it properly. So it is how much? 8.7. So it comes somewhere here. Somewhere here. So that is going to mark this. You draw it properly. So this is how we do this particular problem. Okay, this is the toughest problem what you can get. Or if you have understood this problem, you can solve any kind of problem.
So one second.
Okay. So there are similar kind of circuits. I'll just give it as an assignment. You just do it and upload in the GCR. For the figure shown, for the circuit shown in figure, find IE, VE and VCE. VCC is equal to 6 volt. Minus VE is equal to minus 6 volt. RE is equal to 1.2 kilo ohm, and here this is grounded, and this is you are giving here only RB is connected, collector is not connected, and even you can observe there is no collector resistance at all in this case. And beta is equal to 120. So VCC is here, not here. This is one problem. And one more problem. For the circuit shown in figure, determine the first one.
Should it be minus VE equals 6 volt? You already gave minus, right, Hans?
Yeah, that is just for understanding purpose I have written. It is
Okay,
minus 6 volt. C and IL, VB and VL, VC and VCL, D VCE. So for this, we have circuit like this. This is 12 volt. Okay, these are the two assignment problems which you need to upload by Friday. Today is Wednesday, so by Friday.
So that's VB and VE, right?
Which one?
VB and VIL, right? You've written IL. So the circuit, I mean the question, you written determine IB, IC and IL.
Yeah, IL is nothing but this. See, this is the load resistance. Sorry, yeah, load resistance. The current across IC will be what? IL only.
Okay, yes, sir.
In that way, the voltage across this will be VL. Okay, so shall I erase this?
1 second, sir.
Okay.